Commander Day stood on the bridge of his ship, looking at the blue planet on the screen. Earth was beautiful from space, but the Rigelian Empire knew better. Their studies showed a dying world. Humans had damaged their climate. They fought each other over resources. They were primitive and weak. "We will take this planet in 3 Earth weeks," Day said to his officers. "The Council has given us clear orders. Earth has minerals we need. The humans cannot stop us." Officer Sue raised her hand. She was younger than the others, but smart. "Commander, I have studied human history. They may surprise us. When threatened, they fight hard," Day laughed. "With what?" "Our ships can block their missiles. Their planes cannot reach space. Their armies are divided by countries. Still," Sue insisted, "humans adapt quickly. They learn from their enemies." "Enough," Day said. "Prepare the first attack wave. Target their major cities. Show them our power." The Rigelian ships entered Earth's atmosphere the next day. They appeared over New York, Beijing, London, Moscow, and 20 other cities at the same time. Their weapons easily destroyed military bases and government buildings. Day watched from his command ship. "See, they run in fear. This will be easy." But something unexpected happened. 6 hours after the first attack, Earth's scattered military forces began to coordinate. Radio signals bounced between countries that had been enemies just days before. Colonel Han of the Korean military found himself suddenly in charge of the United Earth Defense Force, a hastily organized group of soldiers from 40 countries. "We cannot match their technology," Han told his international team, "but we can show them humans do not surrender easily." When the Rigelian ships returned for a second wave of attacks, they met resistance. Humans had studied the alien attack patterns. Fighter jets flew in new formations. Ground troops used new tactics. "Impossible," Day said as reports came in. "How did they organize so quickly?" Sue studied her data. "They're using social media and the internet to share information globally. Every human with a phone is now a spy for their military." A Rigelian ship crashed near Delhi after being hit by what seemed like primitive missiles. But the missiles had been modified overnight. Their targeting systems changed to detect Rigelian energy signatures. "Commander," Sue reported, "humans are reverse engineering our technology from the wreckage." "They learn extremely fast," Day frowned. This was not the easy victory he had promised the Council. "It doesn't matter. We still have superior weapons. Continue the invasion." By the end of the first week, the Rigelians had taken control of several major cities. But human resistance was growing stronger, not weaker. Underground movements formed. Civilians worked with soldiers. Scientists around the world shared discoveries. Colonel Han spoke to his troops from a hidden bunker. "We are facing an enemy that underestimates us. That is their weakness. They think our planet is doomed, that we are monsters fighting over scraps. They don't understand that fighting for survival is what humans do best." As the first month of war ended, Day sent a message to the Rigelian Council. "The invasion continues, but human resistance is stronger than expected. Request additional forces." Sue watched her commander with concern. She had warned him about humans. Now she wondered what other surprises these creatures from the supposedly doomed planet would reveal. 3 months into the war, Lieutenant Jin of the Rigelian Science Division examined a captured human weapon. He could not believe what he saw. "This is impossible," he told his team. "This weapon has Rigelian technology integrated with human design. They've only had access to our crashed ships for weeks, yet they've already adapted our energy systems." Across Earth, humans were proving more resourceful than the Rigelians had imagined. Farmers turned tractors into armored vehicles. Computer programmers created viruses that could infiltrate alien communications. Children collected scrap metal from destroyed Rigelian ships for scientists to study. The Rigelian Council was not pleased. They sent High General Kang with reinforcements. "Commander Day," Kang said upon arrival, "you promised an easy victory. The Council is disappointed." Day bowed his head. "The humans are more adaptable than our reports indicated." "Excuses," Kang snapped. "I will take command now. We will crush them with our new ships." But humans had been busy. Scientist G, working in an underground lab in Seoul, had created a computer virus that could affect Rigelian navigation systems. "It won't destroy their ships," G explained to Colonel Han, "but it will confuse their targeting systems for about 10 minutes. 10 minutes is all we need," Han replied. The United Earth Defense Force launched a coordinated attack. As Kang's new ships entered Earth's atmosphere, G's virus was uploaded. The Rigelian ship's weapons fired wildly, sometimes hitting their own vessels. In the confusion, human fighters struck a major Rigelian base in Australia. They captured key technological equipment and several alien prisoners. "This is unacceptable," Kang shouted when he heard the news. "How could primitive humans do this?" Sue, who had been studying human behavior, spoke carefully. "Sir, I believe we have fundamentally misunderstood humans. They are not primitive. They are highly adaptable. Their history is full of examples where they faced superior enemies and found ways to win." Kang dismissed her concerns. "They are simply lucky. We will crush them in the next phase." But privately, many Rigelian officers were becoming worried. The humans seemed to get stronger with each defeat. They learned quickly and shared information globally. Lieutenant Jin continued studying human technology. "Their basic science is behind ours, but their ability to innovate is remarkable. They don't think like us. They try solutions we would never consider." By the end of the 6th month, the war had reached a stalemate. Rigelians controlled several major territories, but human resistance grew stronger every day. Colonel Han addressed the world from his hidden command center. "We may be outgunned, but we are not outmatched. Humans have faced extinction before, from ice ages, from plagues, from our own mistakes. Each time we survived. We will survive this too." As Han's message spread around the world, more humans joined the resistance. The Rigelians found themselves fighting not just armies but ordinary people protecting their homes. "Why do they keep fighting?" Kang demanded. "Can't they see it's hopeless?" Sue looked at the human resistance reports. "Sir, I think that's exactly why they fight so hard. When humans believe they have nothing to lose, they become most dangerous." In a Rigelian detention center, prisoner Yoon sat quietly. She had been captured during a resistance mission. As a biologist, she had valuable knowledge about human physiology. Her captor, scientist Tae, was tasked with studying her. The Rigelians were telepathic among their own kind, but could not read human minds. "Why do you humans continue fighting when you know you will lose?" Tae asked one day. Yoon looked up. "We fight because we must. For our children, for our future." "But your planet was already dying before we came," Tae said. "Your climate is changing. Your resources are running out," Yoon smiled sadly. "Yes, we have problems. But they were our problems to solve. Humans have faced disasters before. We adapt. We survive." Over weeks, Tae spent more time with Yoon. He learned about human art, music, and literature. He discovered the complexity of human emotions. "Your species feels so deeply," he told her. "We Rigelians control our emotions. We think this makes us stronger." "Sometimes strength comes from feeling deeply," Yoon replied. "When we love something, we will fight harder to protect it." On battlefields across Earth, Rigelian soldiers noticed a pattern. Humans fought hardest when defending areas with families. They would sacrifice themselves to protect others. High Command psychologist Yoon studied these reports. Humans appear weak because they form strong attachments. But these attachments give them strength we don't understand. They call it love, loyalty, sacrifice. General Kang dismissed these findings. Sentimentality is weakness. Increase attacks on civilian areas. Break their will to fight. But attacking civilian areas only made human resistance fiercer. They began guerrilla campaigns targeting Rigelian supply lines. They used their knowledge of Earth's terrain to ambush alien patrols. Colonel Han coordinated these attacks from constantly moving headquarters. "The Rigelians think our emotions make us weak," he told his officers. "They don't understand that we fight hardest for what we love." Meanwhile, Yoon and Tae's conversations continued. "If your council understood humans better," Yoon said, "they might have approached Earth differently. We could have been allies." Tae considered this. "The council sees only resources and strategy. They don't value understanding other species." "That," Yoon said quietly, "might be their greatest weakness." Part 4. Desperate measures. After a year of war, the Rigelian Council was losing patience. They sent orders to use planet-killer weapons, devices that could destroy Earth's ability to support life. Commander Min, who had replaced Day after his failure, read these orders with concern. Unlike other officers, Min had studied human history deeply. "If we use these weapons," he warned General Kang, "the humans will know they have nothing to lose. History shows that cornered humans are most dangerous." Kang ignored the warning. "Prepare the planet killers. We will target their oceans first, then their farmlands." Somehow humans learned of this plan. Colonel Han called an emergency meeting of Earth's remaining leaders. "We must strike now before they can use these weapons," he said. I propose Operation Lazarus. The plan was desperate. Volunteer pilots would fly explosive-packed ships directly into the Rigelian flagship. It was a suicide mission. We need 20 volunteers, Han said. 200 came forward. Meanwhile, in the detention center, Tai made a decision. He helped Yoon escape, going with her. I cannot be part of destroying your world, he told her. I must help stop this. They carried important information, the exact location of the Rigelian command ship and the weaknesses in its defense systems. As Operation Lazarus began, Min noticed unusual movement among small human ships. They're planning something, he told Kang. We should disperse our fleet. Again, Kang ignored the warning. They have no weapons that can hurt our flagship. The human suicide ship struck with precise coordination. The first explosions disabled the flagship's shields. The next hit its power core. The resulting chain reaction destroyed half the Rigelian fleet. Kang was killed instantly. Min, watching from a distance, saw what the humans had done. They sacrificed themselves willingly, he said in awe. How can we fight such determination? News of the Rigelian losses spread across Earth. For the first time, humans believed they might win. But Min knew the Council would simply send more ships, more planet killers. The cycle would continue until Earth was uninhabitable. When Tai and Yoon reached Han's headquarters with their information, Min was already sending a message to both sides. This war can only end with mutual destruction. I proposed peace talks. 2 years after the first Rigelian ships appeared over Earth, representatives from both sides met on neutral ground, a space station orbiting the moon. Diplomat Hyun led the human delegation. General Sung, who had replaced Kang, represented the Rigelians. Min and Han were both present, as were Tae and Yoon. We came to Earth believing your planet was dying, Sung began. We saw humans as primitive creatures fighting over a doomed world. Hyun nodded. We have damaged our environment, yes. We have fought each other, but we were working to solve these problems before you arrived. We did not understand, Min admitted. We saw your emotions as weakness. We did not recognize that they give you strength. The negotiations lasted weeks. Both sides had suffered greatly. Neither could claim victory. Finally, they reached an agreement. The Rigelians would withdraw from Earth. In exchange, humans would share their unique approaches to science and problem-solving. Together, they would work on technology to heal Earth's environment. We came as conquerors, Sung told the human delegation. We leave as students. As Rigelian ships prepared to depart Earth, Commander Min stood with Colonel Han, watching the sunset over a damaged but healing soul. We thought we were fighting monsters from a dying planet, Min said. Instead, we found a species whose greatest strength comes from what we thought was their weakness, their emotional connections to each other and their world. Han looked at the city where people were already rebuilding, and we learned that the greatest monsters are not those who look different, but those who cannot see the value in difference. Yoon and Tae joined them, representatives of the new cooperation between species. Earth was never doomed, Yoon said. It was changing as all planets do. Humans were learning to change with it. And now we will learn together, Tae added. As night fell over Earth, both humans and Rigelians looked up at the same stars, no longer as enemies, but as two species who had finally begun to understand each other. The war with humans had not revealed monsters from a doomed planet. It had shown that when fighting for survival, any species can appear monstrous. The real victory was not conquest, but understanding.